All right, it is our last night. Good job, you guys. So I invite you all, if you want to hop on, I'll make little tweaks and it'll probably be a little bit better the second time it comes out of my mouth in January. But we are going to do another round starting January. I was going to do it on Tuesday nights at 8:30. So
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
that'll work. I guess so. I think so.
yeah, a little less of a pinch hopefully for you guys with your Mondays. So Tuesday the 8th will be our first one because we don't want to start on the 1st. That would just be mean.
Mm.
So yeah, Tuesday the 8th. So I do have a questionnaire that I'm going to send you guys if you can just fill it out and give me feedback, and then I can tweak things and just be honest. It's all good. It's a learning curve. But I think overall it's been really informative and great. Do you have any feedback off the top of your head, Tina? Any takeaways you'd like to share?
Hmm. Um, I've really enjoyed it. I mean, I think there's been a lot of good ideas, good things that have come that I was like, oh yeah, I want to start that. Oh, that would be helpful. Because I'm getting sick of like drinking water.
Yeah.
It's getting yucky. So, but I really like the idea of the cinnamon water or apple, something to make some taste. I just go through spurts where I need something different.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
there's just always, every time I listen, there's always something that I go away with. So I do
Good.
like, I do like that. So,
Yay. Yeah. Right now I've been on a tea kick. So it's a berry one. So it's pretty sweet. And then I've just been doing a splash of milk in it to make
oh,
that even different. And
yeah.
that's been really yummy. So I don't know if you want to try digging into that a little bit, but I had that this afternoon and it was perfect. It was so
Yeah.
yummy.
Yeah. It is. There's always something. There's sweet and spicy. There's, you don't have to add any sugar. I don't know what they put in it. It's just the different herbs that the blend. It's sweet. It's just sweet. And it has a little bit of spice because it's cinnamon. There's cinnamon, and that's really good. So you don't have to put any sugar.
Yeah. You'll
That's
have,
another
okay,
thing.
I'll look for it. Do you know the brand?
I'll bring it on Wednesday. I'll bring you some.
Okay, I'll bring you a berry one. We'll
Okay.
swap.
Thank you.
I love
It's
it.
very strong, so if even if you just want to have a little bit of the flavor in your water, that's a good thing too.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I titled this week Staying Undefeated All Season. So we're gonna just dive into kind of the overall what to expect with the weight loss journey, which you've probably already seen a little bit, and I'll make sense in a second. And then just how to continually falling back into the program and kind of trusting the progress or the process to enable you to further along on your goals. So our first one, look, this was taken just last, Friday with the
Oh
honey?
yeah, fun. Oh yeah, for sure. I can.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. It kind of captured everyone.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, so our mental shift this week is as you continue to set goals, continue the positivity. And that we did in boot camp today with our core hold, right? That was,
Mhm.
I loved how Karen at the end was like, that was 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Like she couldn't even believe it. So just feel empowered by the knowledge you're gaining as the scale fluctuates, and that goes both ways. We're going to see the ups and we're going to see the downs. But as the scale goes up, it's always a learning experience. And so twisting that as a positive and not getting down on yourself is really important to stop, what could potentially be a spiral in the other direction if you just, it's not worth it, and you throw in the towel and it just all gets negative. So if you just keep with that positive mindset, you're going to be able to continually refocus because it's not going to be a straight shot down. It's going to bump its way down. And so my challenge today is to take 1 minute and close your eyes. Hello, pop-up. All right. Close your eyes and just breathe in positive thoughts and affirmations and exhale negative thoughts. So I thought we could just try that all together. So we did the affirmations this morning at boot camp. That would have totally counted. But we're going to add a twist of as you exhale, just letting go of any negativity that's popping in your head or any stressors that you're feeling, like thoughts of stressors. Just exhale it. Tell yourself it's going to be okay as you inhale it, and exhale those negative thoughts. So I'm just going to be quiet, and I have a 1-minute timer, and we're just going to close our eyes and just breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. And go. And done. Awesome. Man, that felt good. Even in the first 10 seconds, I felt I felt everything just mellow out in my brain. That was nice. A good time to do this. I'll sometimes, when my head starts spinning at night of like, oh, I need to do this, I didn't do that, and I'll just start to inhale, and I'll say, you know what? You'll get it done. It's gonna be okay. And I'll just exhale that, that stress I'm feeling, and it only takes me probably a minute and I pass out.
No,
So
that was good.
Yeah, what did you feel? Did you feel that just kind of blood pressure down? Oops.
Yeah. No, it's I think it's always good to step back and just reevaluate what's going on.
Totally.
Perspective.
Totally. All right.
Are you using your new computer?
I am. It's so fun. It's so much faster than my other one. Okay, so food tracking and check-in. So this week I want to dive in a little bit differently, same kind of overall. So what was your favorite recipe that brought you satiety and weight loss this last week? Can you think of one that you want to share?
Oh, a good recipe?
Mm-hmm.
This week was kind of
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy party time. But I don't think I got on. Did I send you that picture with the quinoa and the
I've seen
squash and chicken and tomato? It was like a stew.
Oh, that sounds.
I think that must have been 2 weeks ago. But Mel's Kitchen Cafe. There's always delicious stuff on there.
Yeah, I think a picture from a little while ago, but not.
It was a while ago. So I can't promise you anything this last week, but
and that's the waves of life, right? Were you able to track this week or no?
What's that? No, I didn't even track this week. Yeah. But I'm done with my big parties and everything, and so today for lunch, my daughter and I we had those vegetable wrap. So she's like, I just want to eat something good. So we got all our vegetables out, and I did a spiralizer and threw them into a wrap, and it was delicious. It was so refreshing. Feels so good.
Yeah, it really does. And that's what, Briggs told me today. He said, they serve us fake pizza at school. And I said, yeah, it's a little different, hon. He goes, yeah, and I feel fine at lunch, but then after recess, it feels really heavy.
Really?
I'm like, isn't that interesting how food can make you feel that way? Yeah. I'm like, it's probably the cheese in it. It's probably very, just dense cheese dropped in your stomach. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. He's 7 and
that is so great. I'm noticing more and more. We had our Christmas, we had parties all week long. Sorry, the FHE. But
It's the
Because that's why
season.
I was last week. I wasn't even here, but I noticed that we had two big vegetable trays, and I thought, oh, we won't even go through one, because normally kids just don't, or
Yeah.
young adults, or they just don't like green. They just won't eat vegetables. But I was so surprised. We went through both vegetable trays.
Oh, cool. That's great.
And yeah, I think people feel so much better. They're starting to eat more healthy, and they know it. They just can feel it, and that's what they crave. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
exciting.
That's good. So we hosted my parents for dinner last night, and I had probably more veggies than they're used to. I hope they didn't leave hungry. But I did have sweet potatoes too, but I had sweet potatoes, and then I just diced up some peppers, and I put all of those on a sheet in the oven and just kind of baked it all together. And then I did chicken with like this balsamic fig type sauce, and
Oh,
and then a salad. And so I didn't have any of the sweet potatoes because I was trying to stick with the 75-25. So I just loaded up with peppers, salad, and then my slice of chicken. I did like half chicken and half a salmon. I did salmon too last night. And so I thought it was super delicious, and I woke up this morning and I was down a pound from yesterday. And so it was just, one of those things that's like, and we had like
right.
my mom brought her amazing cookies, and I had like a huge dessert with it. So I ended up having some.
Great.
But
You
yeah,
know, the other thing that I've taken away from this is I stop beating myself up every time I eat something.
good.
Just
Yeah.
so if I can just say, if I can just be happy, enjoy everything, I can also enjoy everything. There's always something to look good to look forward to. Like, okay, I didn't eat the whole cookie, but I enjoyed what I did eat. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm feeling guilty. I
This
really
treat. This is my treat.
yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, totally. Good. Thanks for sharing that. I might quote you on that. um, and then what could have been done differently that you were able to recognize in your logging, or just a mental note since you didn't have time to log? What do you think?
Let's see. What could have been done differently that you were able to recognize? Oh. Let me think back to some of the other weeks that I did log.
That
Um,
could just be something from your parties, or yeah.
so you're saying if I would have logged, what do you think I would have done
Sure.
differently?
Yeah, or just a mental note from last week.
Um,
How was the scale? Did you weigh yourself at all?
oh, yeah, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just fluctuate so much. I can lose 3 pounds, 2 pounds from day to day, or gain it back again. And I kind of think, oh, that's one thing that I've learned is as I log, I can recognize like, oh, well, maybe that's because I had a lot of sugar, so
Yeah.
I get a lot of water gain.
Yeah. And we're
Uh,
going to talk through a few of those tonight. But yeah, totally.
yeah, so I guess that's one thing that I'm learning as I log. Then oh, well, that's why that happened. So then
Yep.
I can change it for the next week, or
And
be
that's
more careful. Like, hey, if you're gonna eat all this sugar, you're gonna be sorry the next day. Like, oh yeah,
yeah. And that's a very empowering thing to start to hone in and not feel like, oh, it doesn't matter what I do. I'm
uh-huh,
fucking up and down, like you just said that, but then you followed it up with, but I am starting to recognize that,
yeah,
it's not this crazy thing happening. It's related to what we're putting into our mouth and
right,
what we're expending. So yeah, and the more detailed you'll find, the more detailed you get in your tracking, the more you'll understand what's happening with your body. So, and you'll just overall see what's working, and those recipes that maybe aren't working, that your body's, because each of our bodies even different too, so I'm going to be able to digest meats differently than you. I
right,
personally, like red meats, I do not very often because they just don't feel good inside of me, but I
yeah,
know
I
the
don't either.
people it's fine. So yeah, you just start to notice those things and what makes you feel heavy and reflects on the scale.
Mhm.
And then, so planning ahead, this would have been awesome last week as you had all your parties upcoming. But so this week, what can we foresee for the week, and what is just one actionable plan for yourself? So I've referred to these baby steps, just taking baby steps. So, and I think a lot of us have been. So I'm just trying to help us hone in this week. What is just one goal that maybe you feel was lacking last week or has been harder that you just want to hone in on?
Um, I think it's hard. Well, the parties definitely are hard. We had a company party and a family party, and so, and sometimes you can't really. It's so hard. Just everything is there,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to try a little bit. I don't know. It's hard to plan.
When you
I
don't
don't
know
know.
what's
Yeah,
going
when
to
you
be
don't know
happening.
what to expect or
Mm-hmm.
what's. Yeah.
And is it usually dinners?
Yeah. Yep. The dinner.
So what I have done on days that I know that I'm going to a party is maybe I'll kind of flip flop the dinner fueled plate and the lunch fueled plate because
Oh.
odds are there's going to be some type of, I mean, maybe a rice or a tortilla or something like that at dinner
Mhm.
that I'm going to be like, you know, I think I'll just see what's at the party tonight. So at my lunch, I'll just do 75-25. And then at dinner, put in that excess.
Oh. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because ultimately at the end of the day, um, what we're going to see is the calorie input versus output, right? And so flip-flopping those, yeah, we've talked about how those fibrous carbohydrates are going to give us that satiety and energy through the afternoon. But you know, if we put that in at dinner, it's going to be fine.
Mhm.
It's not going to be the end of the world. So,
Right,
but yeah,
right.
that's something that could be empowering that would help you maybe say, hey, I can still have a little bit more flexibility with my dinner to go 50% veggies. I can still try these different things and then have your
Yeah.
protein. Yeah.
Yeah. For the coming week, I there's no more parties.
Yeah.
Goodness, but I am excited to implement a lot of the things that we've been talking about over the weeks. Redoing my refrigerator and
Cool.
planning out the meals better and shopping and everything. So, yeah. So that's what I'm excited about.
Good.
So,
Yep. That's
getting
perfect.
ready for January and just hitting it hard.
Yeah. I think that's great. Okay, so I just wanted to share these graphs with you. What does sustainable weight loss look like? Because, like you've probably seen, you go up and down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these were just pulled off of the internet. Some different people tracking their weight loss, and you can see it's not a smooth, slippery slide, is it?
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked in this top. I'll use the mouse right here, that how they put that like this person felt that they were on a plateau during this segment of time. And then they put fake when all was said and done. 18 days of a fake plateau, but they went down, they came up, and then boom, their body was able to release whatever was happening, and then they continued down on their weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and we might see that in ourselves a little bit. And we're going to talk about a few things that we can do when you feel like you're on a plateau or you've fallen off ship or whatever. But yeah, you just want to look at that overall trend and not get too caught up, even week to week, but just continuing on, just pressing forward with that positive mindset. This graph I actually tossed on here. This was pulled from a blog of someone doing the keto diet. So they had their end date that they were aiming for. And it's so funny to listen to keto people talk because this, as they were blogging about it, they were just like, oh yeah, that 2 days was like, I just ate a ton of donuts and a ton of pizza. And so most of that was water weight. So you can see I lost it again pretty quickly. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, like it was this no big deal. And I'm like, if you are putting on that is what, 8 pounds in 2 days, and it feels
Yeah.
like not that big of a deal. Like,
Yeah.
let's get into perspective here. You know, what's going to be working for you long term if you're feeling like you have to binge like that?
Yeah.
So I just found that really interesting, and I think all the more empowering for us to have something that's consistent and that's just going to be there for you. You have a game plan at your parties. You have a game plan with how to dish up your plate no matter where you are, you know? So go ahead. Did you have something you wanted to share?
Yeah. Sorry. I have to go grab my door really quick.
Oh, you're
So
good.
just keep talking and then I will be right back.
Hey, that's fine. No worries.
At the door. Okay.
Okay, so we have two mindsets that basically happen. So we're going to have a weight loss mode and a maintenance mode mindset. So, and you've probably felt this already. I know with some of you, I was talking over the Thanksgiving week. Maintenance over that week was a win. Weight loss was a double win. But, you know, there's times where maintenance is just fine and you're just happy. Maybe you reach your goal and you just want to maintain there. So you can kind of loosen up your grip on logging a little bit. But I would still stay consistent with the scale as your accountability buddy. So with these two mindsets, getting a little deeper into that. So you're going to want to, if you're in weight loss, just continue tracking as much as possible. Definitely weigh in daily. Again, that has just been in clinical studies as something that is just going to serve you well because you're going to see that fluctuation happen day to day and then overall week to week. And
All right.
then, yeah, you're good. No, you're just fine. So I was just getting into these two different modes that we're in with our weight loss journey. So it's going to be weight loss mode or maintenance mode. So overall,
I need to be in the weight, both, right?
yeah, kind of, right? And so I feel the same. It's like I could at times I feel like, okay, I need to go into weight loss mode, and then okay, I'm just in maintenance mode, and that's all right. And so with the weight loss mode, we really just want to hone in on tracking big time and just sticking with the system big time and checking in for accountability and having that support system is huge. And so, you know, I'm always going to be there for you guys. And we've got our little text thread that I opened up. And so hopefully we'll be adding more people to that through January, and we can share ideas and check-ins there. And I've actually been looking into, it's up here, an app where we can check in all together. So that will be really cool if we can, yeah, I just got to test it out and see what it's all about. But that would be really fun for us to be able to do. And then with the maintenance mindset, so let's say you hit your goal. This is where I'd say track at least 1 week per month just to keep you honed in on it. Because if you stop tracking, things start to sneak in and it's just you just lose your perspective on things. Always continue weighing daily. I think that's just key to having the accountability. And the plated fuel system that we have is golden. And so we were actually at Dee's company party on Friday, and they had rolls and they had, what else? They had a couple different, they had big chunks of potatoes and stuff like that, but it was dinner. And I was super proud of myself. I loaded up so much dang salad. It was like half my plate was salad. And then they had grilled veggies. And so a quarter of my plate was grilled veggies. And then they had chicken and some tri-tip. And so then I had chicken and tri-tip too. And I woke up the next morning and I was a pound less than the day before. Yeah, and then they had desserts, but we didn't even walk over there. We're like, so that was good. If you want a dessert, I might have caved. It's my Achilles heel, so thanks, son.
Yeah, exactly.
He's sitting over there. But no, I was good though. I felt satiated. So I'd like to believe that I still wouldn't have had any. The other thing too for my emotional eaters in here, and I kind of feel like we're all emotional eaters, whether we realize it or not, because we have dopamine released when we eat. So we have a happiness hormone release when we eat. So how are we not emotionally connected to food?
I
So
love food.
yeah, and that's really how it should be. That's, I think, how God intended it to be. We're supposed to enjoy it. So if you foresee an emotional risk time for yourself, or holiday parties or big events coming up, getting your mindset right if you're in your maintenance mode, and just starting to track ahead of time, or if you're traveling to, let's say, Italy, and you love pasta, that would be a really great time for you to use some of the save up for later method. I can't remember the catchphrase. Dang it. I'm going to have to put these up here so I can use them. But that push off method that we've talked about, I had something super catchy with that. Dang it. But anyway, you get the point. So just keeping your mindset right as those times come, because they come in waves through our life. And so we're going to get into, I've plateaued, help me, because we all feel stuck like that sometimes. And this picture in the background, I had meal prepped, and I put it all out perfectly for a picture, and Callie came over, and she stole one of the bananas and was chowing down on a banana. I was like, stop it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it was a good moment. Okay, so if you've plateaued and you're feeling stuck, number one, you're not stuck. You can move either direction on the scale. It just depends on how much you hone in. So trusting the process, and the process is water for the win, lead with the veggies, and the plated fuel, basically. So lean into those healthy habits. And the more specific you get with tracking, and we said this earlier in this call, you're going to see what's working and what's not. And then we've been tracking now for, this is week 6. So you have 5 weeks that you can reflect on right now and see which mornings you were waking up with weight loss, if you're weighing daily. And you can see what you were having the day before or the 2 days before, and seeing what was leading up to that weight loss. So tap into those recipes that you know that have worked for you. And I had a client, it was pretty cool. She was kind of like up and down, kind of coming down slowly, and then all of a sudden she started to drop a lot more weight. I was like, what are you doing? And she said, I was trying all these different recipes, and then I realized I super love zoodles with just a meat sauce, and I always wake up the next morning with weight loss. And so she's like, so I just started to do that a few times per week, and I'm still not sick of it. And so I just keep doing that, and she just loves it. And so she just started to drop. So really reflecting back and seeing what's working for your body is going to be golden. And it seems so simple, right? Because we're always trying to find the next best thing. But yeah, just keep it simple. And then the mindset shift, really getting your mind set. And we talked about this last week. I kind of went through something else that I'll do at night. A few times per week, I'll kind of take myself through the next day, and keeping that positivity and how you're going to treat yourself, how you're going to talk to yourself. That you can do it, that you're worthy of success, and that you're going to fuel your body like an athlete, like the athlete you are. It's going to just drive you forward to more and more results. Something else that you and me, this is probably when I have gotten plateaued in the past. How is food availability? So what I mean for that is kind of like the clear the field thing. When I have those trigger foods and it's that mindless eating, right? Where the calories can just sneak in. But if I tuck the nuts down, like I've said so many times, just moving them in my fridge, that helps a ton. And I bet that's helped with my weight loss this last week, because I packaged them up into little portion size containers. I'm almost Yeah, and I put them on the bottom shelf of my door in my fridge. So I put them down with the flavor pops instead of up here, and it's been great this week. And I haven't really even missed it, you know? It was just that sight hunger. I'd see them and I'm like, "Ooh, I need some of those."
Yeah, all the party today was the cleanup. Just like it just has to be. I have to throw it away. I
Yeah.
just I can't keep it around because nobody's going to eat it except for me.
Yeah.
So it's I feel bad throwing it away, but at the same time, I'm so happy.
Yeah,
I
and it's
love
very
when it's done.
empowering. I'm
It
super
is.
proud of you. That's hard to do. That's great. Um, And then the last one that has become very apparent to me with working with clients is, how's your support system? Who's there for you? Who can you turn to when you're, feeling this downward spiral, if it's an emotional thing, or, how is it cooking dinner for you if your spouse isn't on board with you? Is it, are you having to battle that? So there's a lot of different angles to look at with that support system, and there's a lot of things that you can do about it too, like just meal prepping for yourself ahead of time. And if you feel like it's your responsibility to still feed your husband a separate meal, um, then you can do that if it needs to be. But usually, if you can talk with your support system, and let them know what your goals are and just have that open communication, usually people are just want to support you and they want to be on board with you and they want to get healthy too, whether they might fight it for a little while, but they'll come around. That's one of my favorite things, is how often husbands come around. It might take 6 months, it might take a year, but they eventually start to creep in. I'm like, all right, I'll do what you're doing. Okay, so now what we were talking about a little bit earlier too is I've gained. Why? um, and okay, I can be totally honest with you guys. It stinks to see that scale go up. It really does. It's so frustrating because you feel like you're making a lot of healthy decisions. You guys are all exercising, and then you take a look at that scale and it's very deflating. So a few thoughts for you before I even read through these is that I always lead with is that the scale is only one measurement. We have the body fat percentage scale, we have measurements you can take, and I hope you guys took pictures that you can share before and afters with me. So aside from that, so a few things can be happening physiologically. So number one, and actually I was talking to someone in our boot camp who was really frustrated with their weight loss, and they told me all the healthy things that they were eating that week and that the scale still was up that morning. And I was like, have you gone to the bathroom in the past couple days? And they were like, you know what? I usually take medicine to help me with that. You are on top. It was so funny. I was like, yep, we're having a poop talk right now. But it's part of the puzzle, right? It's got to happen. So if that's happening, make sure you drink extra water, get extra fiber, and you might see a bigger drop after a couple days. And then carbohydrates. So here's my little rant on carbohydrates. So carbohydrates heavy in the diet is going to increase the scale usually, right? Like when I look through people's logs, I can usually pinpoint, I'm like, oh my gosh, carbs, 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 carbs. And it's not that carbs are the enemy. It's usually like 80% of our diet is carbs. And so it's going to, number one, when carbohydrates in the chemical bond, it actually holds together with a water molecule. So you have water per carbohydrate bond. Hi. Oh, you can kiss him. Give him a kiss. Give him a kiss. There you go.
That's my support system.
Yep. um, yeah, dudes kiss me on calls too. And then with the processed carbohydrates, most of them are really high in salt. So we're going to see this in Mexican food and American fast foods and all sorts of fast foods, and then all sorts of sweets and pastries and stuff like that. Lots of saltiness, which is going to make you retain more water. And then when you have like the hydrogenated oils and the, high fructose corn syrup, stuff like that, these are foreign chemicals to our bodies. So these are not organic. They are very much man-made. And they're densely packed with calories with very little satiety, and it triggers responses in the brain that have been scientifically proven to be the same pathways as cocaine and alcohol and other drugs for our brain. So sugar does that, but when you're getting these other ones,
Mixed.
mixed in, it's just that much more addicting. And I know that I feel that when I have some of the whatever treats and I'm like, I want another. And I didn't even want any to begin with. And all of a sudden I want the whole bag, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the downward spiral most people fall into with Halloween is they have one or two and then they have 10 more. So anyway, just keeping all that in mind and just keeping our carbs in check and using them what they're meant to be for, which is we want them high in fiber. And we had I texted you guys those, having the 2 grams of fiber per 10 grams of carbohydrate.
Yeah,
And
I need to, that's a really good thing to look at.
yeah, because it's giving you the fiber that your body needs. So that's really good. All right, so moving past carbs, just our monthly hormonal cycle. For females, we have the water retention and then the water release. And I've worked with so many women that get so frustrated and send me messages, I'm gaining weight this week. And then I text back, all right, is it that time for you? And they're like, oh, yeah. I'm like, okay, just keep doing what you're doing. Trust the process. Just keep doing it. And then a week later, it'll drop like an extra 2 pounds, So just be patient with your body and let it do its thing. And then just a couple more notes, assess what has changed in your life. So usually it's a life event that's going to derail you and make you feel off track. But again, and I mentioned this earlier in calls, I really don't like that term of being off track, being on track, because it's life. Like, we're not going to fall off. We're going to eat no matter what. So what I like to kind of visualize it as is like a rocket ship in space that we just have to continually correct, right? But we're still on the same destination, and we might, come off course like it does 1 million times during the flights. But we're gonna correct, and we got a new day each day to say, all right, I'm gonna make this a weight loss day, and you can just hone it back in. And so with this point number 3, wow, life hits us hard sometimes, and when it rains, it pours, and I totally get it. But I just also feel like you don't have to totally throw in the towel. You can just go into maintenance mode maybe and not worry about your weight loss so much, but still drink water, still have your veggies, and don't revert back to those old habits, because they will start to die out. You are going to start to change. It just takes time and it takes consistency. So instead of falling off the horse, back on the horse, off the horse, and doing this yo-yo type thing, we just want to get these habits into motion. So just keep that in mind. And, when all heck hits the fan, like it did for poor Esmeralda. Oh my gosh. She's amazing. You just got to keep trying. And then number 4, just looking back at the plateau page and just looking at where's your support system, how's the food availability, am I leaning into my healthy habits, all those things that we already talked about. And of course, assessing your tracker and seeing what's working, what's not working. That's always going to be, it's like your own personal decoder, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been really helpful.
Cool. All right. So I have this, I was just going to flip through. I thought this was a helpful website. And in one of my fitness journals, there's actually an app that you can plug in the restaurant you're going to, and it'll recommend things on the menu. So I I couldn't find it in the couple that I had, but I know I saved it. So anyway, I've got too much on my desk. So I'll just take you through a couple of these, and I can share, I can put this website specifically in the email. So Chick-fil-A, it just gives you the calories and the fat, so not too intense in the nutrition, but it just gives you a few ideas. So I just wanted to roll through these. Denny's loaded veggie omelet. That's a good choice too if you are going to go and want to get a breakfast that's out of the norm instead of just a salad or something at a restaurant. Grilled chicken's always going to be available at these different, fast food places. Even KFC has grilled chicken now, so that's always a good option. And let me point out too, if you were going to go there for lunch, just take the top bun off, right? So that's like 25%, and then you could ask for extra lettuce too.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I'll do that, or I'll even just do a lettuce wrap, which has been really lame at the main at the main fast food places. McDonald's was a joke, but In-N-Out Burger, you can order it lean or the protein style, and it comes with a really good lettuce wrap.
Oh, really? Oh, that's so
do
nice to know, because I don't even go anymore because I don't want to eat that, but to know that that's an option is wonderful.
Yeah, and it's really yummy. I've never had that, but that looks interesting. Yeah. Subway, I've been loving their wraps lately, and that's a good option. It's only 250 calories, but that's just so much bread, Yeah. And Subway's a little harder to do a lettuce wrap because of how they have the shredded lettuce. I thought this was interesting, but it's a good point. Just the classic cheeseburger, it's so small, so it's a good portion size, So if you just want a little cheeseburger, don't beat yourself up. Have a cheeseburger. Just don't make it a Big Mac that's like 800 calories. Of course, we've got salads. That's a nice photo. Flipping through. I liked this too. I love Panda Express and Chinese food all together. I love every once in a while, and so making sure you're getting dishes with veggies in them will just make all the difference, And
another thing, I was just going to mention another thing that I really like. In fact, we were just at Panda Express about a month ago, and I'm noticing this on a lot of menus, is they will tell you the calorie count, and then you kind of look at what the ingredients are, or what you're actually ordering, and then you can really make a good decision with the information that you're getting. So I'm so glad that that restaurants are now doing that.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's been good. So you're just going to start to see similar things. Oh, a crunchy beef, huh? That's interesting. I wouldn't have chosen a crunchy taco from there, but to each their own. So anyway, just some things to look at. And like I said, I can share that with you guys.
Yeah.
And the thing I'm going to end this series on, because I know you guys know that I drink Shakeology, and I really haven't mentioned it too much, but it's been such a huge asset in my life. It's really boosted my immune system. It's helped my digestive system. So I just wanted to take a second and share with you guys about it, because I think it would be a disservice if I didn't. I was like, I don't want to get salesy at all, and so I'm not going to. I'm just going to share with you about Shakeology, and if you guys want to try it, I actually just got another shipment of sample packets for the week, and if you want to do it, I was just going to do kind of a holiday special and just do $3.50 per packet, and so you could try, you could grab 7 of them from me and just try it for a week and see if you feel different, because Dee and I have been drinking it for over 4 years now, so it's pretty good stuff. And I think,
tell me what I'm looking at right here.
Yeah, so this is just a smoothie bowl. So a lot of times I'll just drink it in a shake. So this is a chocolate, and it just blends up super creamy. It's not. I've tried other protein powders, and it's not as gritty as a lot of protein powders. I think it tastes a lot better too. And so for me to have like a chocolate milkshake, and then with a smoothie bowl, I just toss some bananas on top on this one and walnuts. Sometimes I'll sprinkle chia seeds on it just to get different textures. Because I don't always like to drink my calories. I like to trick my brain that I'm eating them. So yeah, so I'll eat my smoothie bowls, and they're really yummy.
Can you
And
do
so
the ice so it's more like ice cream or something? Or
yeah,
I'm just kind of
that's
curious
exactly
what it is.
right. Yeah.
Oh,
So I'll usually blend up, it's about a cup of ice and then a cup of water. We used to do almond milk, but we haven't been a Costco member for like a year and a half. So we've just been using water mostly. So, and you can use milk, it just sometimes blends up a little frothy. But so we'll just usually use water, the ice, and then like a tablespoon, or not a tablespoon, 1 to 2 teaspoons of peanut butter and the chocolate Shakeology. And so that's just our favorite. And I think what's been so awesome for us is the consistency of it has just, it's packed with probiotics and vitamins and minerals and prebiotics and digestive enzymes. It balances your blood pH, so it's helping combat toxins in our bodies. It has the proteins, so like after I got home from boot camp today, I had one. So it helps replenish the muscles, and has the amino acids. So yeah, it's been awesome. So here's a little bit more of a breakdown of some of the stuff that's in it. You can see you just can't blend this up from the stuff you get at the grocery store, because I don't know if they freeze dry it first and then grind it up or how it works, but you have like 10 cups of cauliflower per cup. And so it's like this massive salad bar just blended down into your shake. And then 4 cups broccoli, you're getting all these vegetables. And then they also, the creator of it travels around the world and gets stuff shipped in to specifically create the shake. So, and they quality test all of these manufacturers too. Like, it's crazy awesome. So here's just comparing it to like a naked juice. Isn't that crazy how much sugar? And a lot of the naked juice, a lot of the naked juice is from the juices of the fruits, but still that is taxing on your body to have 56 grams of sugar, whether it's fructose or sucrose. It doesn't really matter. It still breaks down as sugar. So that kind of compared that. Here's a little bit more about what's in Shakeology. Oh, there it goes. So I listed off a few of those. I didn't even mention the antioxidants, but again, the free radicals and toxins, it's battling those, the phytonutrients. I can't even, it feels like I'm lying when I tell you this, but I have been sick once this whole year with boot camp, and I'm running on like typically 5 to 6 hours of sleep. Like, I never get sick. It's the coolest thing. And these past 4 years, my kids have had a stronger immune system too from it. Like, I've definitely seen that. Our doctor bills in 2014 were insane. And then we started drinking this November of 2014. And the kids that whole winter maybe got sick like once. And because it saved us a lot of money with going to the doctor, that's for sure. Anyway, on the left side here, you can see the macro breakdown a little bit. The sugars are all natural. There's no additives. Yeah, so that's just kind of the breakdown. I just thought, it really is a disservice for me to not say anything just because I don't want to sound salty. So there you have it. That's why I continue to drink Shakeology. So yeah, you can just message me if you want to get any packets, 1 or 7 or whatever.
You are your distributor, is that?
Yeah, so that's through Beachbody. That's a Beachbody product. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
And so normally they're $4. but you have them for $3 if I wanted to try it for a week or
Mhm.
something.
Yeah. Yep. You got it. We'll do a little holiday special. Woo woo.
All the different flavors. Or just is it just vanilla and chocolate, or is it only chocolate?
I think I have strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate right now. So,
Oh,
yeah, my favorite is chocolate and cafe latte. I might have a couple cafe latte, and the cafe latte is it's not pulled from the bean, so it doesn't have caffeine and it doesn't have the acidity that the bean brings to like coffee and everything. But the flavor is pulled from the berries on the plant, which
ah,
are actually a superfood. And so,
interesting.
yeah, cool, huh?
Yeah.
So we've super enjoyed the cafe latte. It's not a super strong taste. My kids actually, I think Callie likes the cafe latte more than the chocolate. So it just has a yummy flavor. So anyway, that's
So
everything I have.
remind me really quick again, your little powered, it's the peanut butter and oatmeal and what,
And
what,
honey.
and honey. Okay.
Uh-huh. I'll write down to send that recipe too. That's what the picture is right
Yeah,
here.
I know. I saw that. I'm like, I
Yeah.
need to make those.
You're
Those
like, ooh, I've tried
good.
that one. Yeah. So this I added coconut and walnuts into.
Yeah, I love that.
Mhm. But yeah, always with the chocolate chips.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm just writing a note so I don't forget. Um,
That would be good. See, I was going to ask you one more. Oh, and then you add vegetables like your spinach and everything to this
oh
egg
yeah,
ecology
yeah.
as well. Or I guess it already has it in, or
It does,
okay.
but there's great benefits to fresh vegetables. That's why I don't just drink Shakeology for every meal. So our body still needs those fresh enzymes, the digestive enzymes from fresh vegetables. So yeah, I usually am I freezing? Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll usually take a handful that's about a cup and put it in. And so if I'm making the shake for Dee and me, I'll do 2 cups of, we have
Oh,
power greens or spinach. Yeah, and you can't even taste it. Just blend.
yeah, that's
So,
great. I
yep.
know, it's surprising. That's
Yep.
great. So one last question. You said that you're continuing this on through January. So is that we start over again, or is it continuation, or what are you doing?
Yeah, so I will take what you guys tell me about these and I'll make some tweaks. And I've kind of added, when we finish, I've been like, oh, I really wanted to cover this. And so I've tweaked a couple slides. Overall, though, it's going to be the same slide shows and the same handouts, minus plus here or there. But what will be really empowering for you guys is I'll keep that text thread open. And if you want to hop on the beginning, what we can do is a check-in just for accountability in those first 10 minutes, and we can kind of discuss food journals, or if you guys are having any questions, and then if you want to hop off the call, then you could just hop off. But that
Okay.
accountability support can continue to be there for you. So,
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
yeah,
No, I
and
appreciate that.
yeah, well, I think you just have to have that because you.
And I'll look back.
Hold on, I'm taking this up. We are getting sticky with
Go
the
through
internet.
the week.
I'm sorry. Hold on. You sounded like Mrs. Roboto.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Start over. Sorry.
Oh, I have to think what I was saying. Oh, now I can't remember. Something.
Sorry,
Something.
I couldn't hear anything, so I can't even help you.
Yeah, well, you were freezing up too, so I wasn't hearing you. I think, oh, I know what it was. I know what it was. I'm going to go back and look at the flyers and stuff because, and see how that works. Anyway, so then I can give you better feedback.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
So far, I've enjoyed it. I think it's been good, even though I haven't been as good about coming in and tracking all this, but it's the process. I'm excited
It
to
is.
get
It
it
is.
going.
And I think you've been doing great. So, yeah, give yourself some credit. You hit 5 out of 6 calls, lady. Boom. No, that's awesome. I'm really proud of all of you guys. Greg actually texted he's at the hospital with his daughter. So, I hope or at the
Oh, that's
doctor's
too
with
bad.
his daughter. So, I hope she didn't get injured. Sounds like maybe
Yeah,
she's in
hopefully.
the ball. So, shoot. But all right, Kay. Well,
Thank
this was awesome, and I'm super excited that we have completed round 1. Good job. I should make
Yeah.
you certificates. Oh, it's on. Graduation.
Congratulations. Okay.
All right.
Great.
Talk to
Thank
you
you.
later.
We'll see you.